stream goes bad. Wow. All computer assets go over to the... Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Bing. I'm now streaming Resident Evil Requiem. That's a lie. I gotta organize this. Communities. Yeah, that's what it says right now. Don't recap. Is it seriously saying Resident Evil 9? All right, now it says art. This is so stupid. I need a maybe because of the game, right? Damn, my voice is like cracking up. Yeah, maybe I need to check the canvas settings. It says art on your screen. Okay, good. Obey. Dumb technology nowadays. We live in an age where everything's supposed to be smart and AI is supposed to do everything correctly, but we're still playing with dumb toys. What's up, guys? Welcome to Sunday service. I streamed Sunday because Saturday I was recovering. I had a busy fucking week this past week. I'm still recovering from it. So hey, how's it going? This is the pens up. Okay. So that works, but this doesn't work? Oh boy. Yes, can we just end the task completely? Thank you. There we go. I can't see AI doing low poly retopo instead of me. Yeah. AI is just an illusion. Yeah, it's just a glazed donut. It's a glazed donut. Nobody wants glazed donuts no more. Alrighty. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sunday stream. I want to jump through and catch up because I saw most of you guys were posting stuff on the games, the group chat. Definitely take a look at that. What do they got on the animation spam? Guilty Gear Strive Season 5 past playable characters. What? They got a whole bunch of trailers in the news today, huh? We gotta catch up on that. We gotta catch up on that stuff on Monday. Probably do like a Monday stream and just like do like some anime breakdowns. Tokan just released a new trailer. Cool. Let's jump on the feedback section. Let me download this real quick. What's up, Illa Glass? Hi, hello. Let's see where we're at right now. Okay, cool. So we're gonna jump in on this real quick. I'm gonna open up the sync sketch and we'll get started. A couple of you guys shot some stuff up in there. All right. Sweet. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Yo, can I have a shout out? Yeah, Bacon. What's up, Bacon? How you doing, Bacon? I love Bacon. I can shout out everybody. What's up, everybody? Sunday stream service. Marvel rigs, don't need that. Current project, where's the damn thing that I just downloaded? Okay, there it is. I hate how anal sync sketch is. It's like, please drop in this little box that nobody can pick up on. All right. Let me see, let's get the, we have the Azon up. Jump back on the sync sketch. All right, where do we leave off? We talked about, we were talking about Tokan. We don't need this no more. This is history. We could jump on this one in a second. Dude, you're my favorite. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Bacon. Thank you for making me feel special. You guys are my favorite. You guys are the best. Hello, open it up for the Sunday stream. Oh yeah, that's right, this is on YouTube too. Yeah, YouTube could definitely flag this one. Taking away All right, guys. Yeah, I wasn't present this week because I had crunch week at my job. We're pushing for a huge. We're pushing for a big milestone pretty soon. It's nothing like terribly like flashy or anything like that. But like all things in video game development, you know, you just got to have days where you're pushing for things, you know. So it's just getting stuff on traction, you know. It's just been really busy. I haven't got too much sleep, so I apologize for not being too present on the stream lately. Just been trying to collect my livelihood of trying to like get sleep, stay healthy, and not burn out. because that shit's real. I've done that plenty of times in the past. It's no bueno. Okay. Yeah, so let's get to it, shall we? All right, I'm gonna go down the list. I know a couple of you guys dropped some stuff for the shot feedback, so let's go through it. And then I think after that, we'll just take our times. I want to do like a couple cool things in Blender. I'm probably just gonna animate some too small attacks in Blender. Afterwards, shoot the shit. Probably watch a trailer or two, and then then bail out. But as the sun is setting, so shall I on your guys' great work. So we're gonna jump right into it. I saw a Bad Monk drop this one in the chat. He wanted some feedback. I'm gonna take a look at it, digest it, take a look, see what we think. Does it have sound to it? This is a cool environment, by the way. Nice. Nice little takedown through here. That's cool. I like the turning around. What I really like about this is I like the turning around. The hanging part's pretty interesting. That's like really hard to do, like the hanging stuff through here. Really take some time. I know like this is kind of like a big part of it, but really take some time to make sure that he's stable through this hang. Like this motions feels pretty good. Monkey here, but just really take some time to like put like some details on this hang, because right now I'm looking at the body, which is good, but everything else is feeling like it's not too stabilized. Like this foot sliding, this hand is just planted and broken the whole time. There's nothing really showing like any kind of curvature. Same thing with this hand too, needs a little bit more details. So like as it's grabbing, just make sure you polish that stuff up. Also, too, I would add like a little bit more secondary motion on the head, because everything just kind of feels like pretty one-to-one going left and right. And you might want to curve in the shit. I don't know my anatomy nowadays. You might want to curve in the pelvis a little bit sooner and delay the chest as it's coming over. Like as we're experiencing the swing back and forth. And you can start to line it up there. It's just something that's a little bit more, a little bit more delayed, because that's kind of like the biggest thing that's really capturing my attention, through this shot. And then also too with this gun guy, I think, because right now I'm not really sold on what he's doing right here. I guess it's just like he's aiming and then he's like, oh wait, you're up there, and then I'm gonna move up here. I think what you can do is just be a little bit more active through here, because right now, the close-up of the screen of him with the hand is pretty interesting. I think like if you want to make it a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more angular, this is kind of the point of interest. And I think like if you were to maybe get his body a little bit more over here, his arm a little bit more higher through here, possibly, something that's just kind of showing a little bit more, like pointing towards this point of interest over there, it might help. It's just like moving that around in the foreground. I think it would help out just a little bit more, just getting more of like a 3/4, like, kind of point of view. So like his body's in here and his arms kind of like more in here. Like it could help. You could still keep the hand kind of like in the foreground, but just something that's more kind of like really capturing what I'm looking at through there. Because right now it's kind of a little hard kind of understanding where the shot is starting and going to. I think also too as well, when he jumps up, like his torso is not really doing anything. So like as he's coming up, just adding a little bit more of the head, a little bit more of the spine, something a little bit more motivated as he's pushing up and grabbing on there. The camera work is feeling pretty cool. I'm kind of of the mindset of holding it just a little bit before moving, like just kind of reducing the movement holding it just a little bit before you take off. But the one thing that I would like to see throughout this motion, it's not this guy, it's this soldier dude right through here. You know, like as he comes in, probably like make something to where he's aiming, jumping down more like, here's this gun. Here's kind of like his aiming. I can't do guns and for shit. You know, just something that like puts him in a position like, hey, I'm about to shoot you, you know, and then, oh, you're up there. This is really cool. It's like a cool move as he's coming up. I think that one thing that can kind of help this, because the one big thing that I'm noticing is when he jumps, he doesn't really feel like he's jumping off of this door because the feet are sliding in towards here. I almost wonder if you could just squat him down just a little bit more through here. This is some weird fucking legs poses. Probably gonna be like a little bit more kind of like this. Squatting him down just a little bit more this way, bringing it down. And then using that shape change like over a frame or two. You know, to really feel that leap off of it. Because right now it just kind of feels like he's just kind of like using his arms to push off, when really like I think it should be more of like his legs pushed into it. I think that's going to help out a lot. Yeah, this is cool. This takedown is really cool. Everything up through here is feeling pretty good. I think the land, there's something a little weird about this part. Let me slow-mo it down a little bit. Yeah, there's like a little snap in there. There's a little pop in there, like just polish wise. Where was it at? 24 by default. Yeah, as soon as he gets down through here, like this part right here, I'm just kind of tracking what the body's doing. So like as it comes rolling through here, I'm looking at this axis from your torso, and your torso goes clockwise through here, and then it goes counterclockwise through here. So this little nick, that's what's catching my eye right there. I think if you want to feel like it, because right now he's rotating around him, which feels pretty good. I think one thing that can really help it is probably just looking at his spine line and just keeping it going through this way. So it's almost like he's rolling around it. It's going to help the flow of things a little bit. Probably less so more here. Just making sure that he's rolling around it. That's what I would try to do. I would try to keep that going. And then also too, I would try to see if I could delay the legs just a little bit, because right now the legs are just kind of falling down, which is fine. But like through here when he's bending, I would say try to keep up the legs just a little bit more through here. So he coming through here, and as he's bending, you can probably push them up just a little bit. And then you have a lot of room to come back down and slam this leg first. Yeah, it's just something more kind of like it comes down, and then like, you know, you have the second part of it coming back up type of thing. I think feels pretty good. Feel okay. Yeah, that I know this is a complicated move to do, but definitely like as soon as we see him, like the weight's coming back up. Yeah, we want to make sure that his mechanics are working pretty good because it feels like it just kind of snaps through here. When he's landing too, watch this hand pose right here. This feels pretty flat. I would say, let's try to work on, like how is he, like it's more like this hand feels super flat when really like when you're putting pressure on the ground, it's kind of like more like a tent, like a TP, something kind of like that when you're landing. And when you put pressure on it, like when you connect, you're going from like an A pose, something kind of like this, to kind of like a pressing motion through here. So you're pressing down over here, which is good. And then when you come back up, you're going to have to feel that pressure coming back and concluding through there. So something like, you want to feel that movement in the fingers to prevent it from keeping it too dead. And then also too, a little bit more secondary motion on the head, because right now like the chest and the head feel like they're kind of both in the same, moving at the same rate through here. So like as he's hitting, just kind of look at where the angle of the head is at. Just try to do this really quickly. Something that gives it a little bit more weight, and try to see, because I love what you're doing with the leg, but it covers up his head at the end. Like you're literally smelling his feet at the end, taking a good whiff. So like, I think like, especially like with these robots, you could really kind of play around with like how gimmicky they are. So like instead of it coming all the way down here, it could probably like just come like maybe out here, and just kind of clink almost like surrounding his head, something like that. I think because like I feel like both of these legs are coming down at the same time, and they're timed the same too as well. So like maybe you can, instead of bringing them both down at the same time, it's more like clunk clunk, like 1 2, like one doesn't come all the way down as far as the other leg, because it's okay to have that one. It's almost like how exciting can you make this last pose with this robot. And right now, you've got like some good foreground with this arm. You've got like more profile with that arm, but like this one too. Like what can you do to make this one more interesting instead of just like following the left one? You know what I mean? Like something kind of either like that, something possibly on the other side like this. Something maybe a little bit more in the foreground with this one. So like he's more kind of like that, like more negative space, just so we can see your hero right there. Because at the end, he just kind of gets covered up, like it's really experiment with like the foreground, background parts of the posing. I think it's a good opportunity to do that. Yeah, and then like you got like some nice secondary motion through here too. I would try to see if you can introduce a little bit more rotation on the gun, because right now the gun is just moving in this up and down on Z rotation. Adding just a little bit more kind of like back and forth with the Y rotation, like as it's hitting. So it's like, you have like a little bit more left to right. And then really, really watch out how much you're cheating this arm over here, because right now the elbow's going into the ground. And it's fun to do that, but I would just say, if you're going to do that, I would try to cheat it a little bit quicker. So from like right here to like bam. And then you could bring it up a little bit, flatten it out, and then play around with it. And also too, don't forget about these fingers. Fingers are a pain in the ass, but you know, fingers are basically the final. It is the final boss level of animation. Trust me, we animators are always looking at your fingers, and if they're half-assed, we just kind of like push you off to the side. You always want great finger animations because they're the most expressive part of the body besides the face. Really, really take some time to show those fingers some love, folks. Even though I'm sorry God gave us 10 of them, but that's just the way it is. That's why I work on turtles, so there's 3. But yeah, man. The staging, how you're getting from A to B is working. It's just we just need that 10% more of polish in these small things. I think it's going to be working pretty good, and I wouldn't mind seeing just a little screen shake whenever you're hitting on the bottom. The impact feels really nice, but I also, I didn't even see that part. Yeah, oh damn, I didn't even know why I didn't pull that up. Look at the gun. The gun's snappy right through here. It goes, hits a wall, stops. Even the motion blur stopped it. The motion blur is like, hey, you're not moving. Unmotion blur. So watch this part. Wall. And yeah, like around here, I would say like on impact. I like how you give it a nice little squash in the head there. On impact, just give it a nice little shake. Just a little screen shake. Little shake shack. A little circon shake, whatever the fuck that is. I'll just put a little shake shack. How do you spell shack? That shack. Little shack. Little, am I using shake shack? How do you spell shake shack? That's like, is that the same? I'm like having a brain fart right here. Shake shack. Oh, it's just with an E, right? Okay. No. A little, yeah, a little. I just put shack. Sorry. A little shake shack. Draw a hamburger. Sesame seed. It's like steamy. Monk's gonna be like, what the fuck does that mean, little shake shack? Little shake shack. But yeah, man, the rendering is really nice. The characters are very interesting too. But yeah, I would say, I always tell everybody when you're doing a 2-shot, which is basically 2 people on a screen making out with each other, one is going to steal the show while we don't want to look at the other one. But that by no means gives you permission to spend less time or half-ass the animation on this other character, right? However many characters you have in the scene, it determines the whole shot. It's not just one's going to look good and the other one I'm not going to give them. Like, you shouldn't think of it as I'm going to give him a lot to do, and you shouldn't be like, I'm not going to spend time on him to make him look the same kind of quality as if he was doing nothing but standing around than the one guy that I'm really working on, if that makes sense. Weird doodles when I send plannings to you. I like doodles. I like chicken scratch. But yeah, overall, it's an energetic piece for sure. I think your head's in the right space. But yeah, that's about all I got, Monk. Good stuff, dude. Definitely check it out. Alrighty. That was fun. What do we got next, guys? What are we doing? See, Duran, you got a bunch of stuff on here too. Yeah, again, sorry guys, I apologize. I haven't been able to stream this week. I didn't stream Friday. I didn't stream yesterday. I was busy crunching. I was crunching at my job. And sometimes I don't even know if this is real life because I haven't got too much sleep. But I'm okay. I took a break today. I just got out of the movies today with my wife. and we had some Raisin Canes of the breakfast of champs. And then as I came back, I walked the dog, and now I'm back. I'm back in kind of creative mode, so we can take a look at some stuff. But yeah, I think it's kind of hard. I don't know like how most people just stay motivated to just keep creating and animating all day. And I used to be able to do that when I was like in my 20s, but now it's like fuck, I need rest. I encourage everybody to, like, I know competition's hot out there, but it's like pace yourself. I can't stress how important it is just to, don't burn yourself out. I've done it 3 times in my life and it was absolute hell for me. So it's like burnout is real. um Animation is not easy. Art takes a long time, unfortunately. And I'm not a patient person too. So it's like I like doing whatever I can, but at the end of the day, um, your health is the most important thing. It really is. So it's like don't fall for all those bullshit um motivation videos that are like, you gotta sacrifice sleep. You gotta sacrifice sleep. You gotta sacrifice sleep. I'll sleep when you're dead. I'm like, yeah, you will be dead in your mind before you know it. Take some time, go outside, get some vitamin D, go make a call to a family member, pet your pet if you got pets, smoke them if you got them, don't smoke. I don't endorse smoking. Try not to smoke them if you got them. And yeah, just go out and rest your eyes. Rest your eyes, because if you animate, there's 2 things I tell to my students and everybody. Don't animate angry, right? Control your temper, right? If you animate angry, your shit's gonna suck, right? And don't strain your eyes. Like if you're animating while you're just exhausted and you're just trying to push through a pass or a polished pass, more than likely chances are it's gonna suck. Because when you wake up the next day and you take a fresh look at your play blast, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" You're gonna see so many problems. It's like it's like your iPhone. Like when you update it, it's just it works better. It works kind of better, I guess, but your batteries are still dying. Angrimation. Yeah, don't animate angry. Don't do anything when you're angry. Nothing comes good out of that. Unless you're like fighting professionally. Then that's good. If you fight, well, actually it can fuck you up, but I think anger is a good motivation to go into a fight. Anger is pretty good motivation going to fight. But you want to know the secret to me, guys? You want to know how I stay? You want to know how I keep animating? Is because my secret is I'm always angry. That's my secret. Anyway, another assignment polished. Okay, cool. Ooh, you got sound effects. You got a little ball animation, and you got 3 of them here. We did a few things. Blah 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 blah. Okay, you got a whole bunch of stuff. Cool. God, I remember these old ball assignments. Sean Callan really pushed me. Hey, I remember Sean. Me and Sean, we hung out together in Tampa. Yeah, it was really funny because like when I was younger, I looked like Brad Pitt, and Sean looked exactly like Edward Norton. So like we would like walk around the street together and just like pretending like we were in Fight Club, and we would just like be quoting Fight Club rules. We'd be like, we don't talk about Fight Club. He was Edward Norton. I was Brad Pitt. Yeah, Sean's a really cool guy. I think I met Sean when I was just coming right out of college. He was freelancing. And then he kind of hired me to do a couple animations for him at the time. But yeah, we both went to the same college together. College that is neither here nor there anymore. It was a crappy college called International Academy of Design and Technology. Okay. Why does it keep coming out on this particular one? Give me a second, guys. All right, you got 4 of them here, Duran. Any particular one you'd like to talk about, or do you want any feedback on any of this? Excuse me. I'm picking up your Canon because it looks pretty cool. The ball bounce looks pretty cool. Yeah, I see a couple of small things with your walk cycle. I could do your Canon and your walk cycle if you want. Whatever you want to pick, I'll take notes. Okay. Let me do that Canon because I'm actually kind of studying Canons right now. It resonates with me. I'm studying I know it's like that's kind of a weird thing to lead on. I'm studying a lot of Canons right now. Like, who uses Canons anymore? I'm a Canon expert. I like to really get in the Canon, inspect it, fire one off every once in a while. Discover the trajectory. I mean, could you imagine, can you believe at one point in time humans used cannons to kill each other with? It's unfathomable to me to think that a bowling ball sized, piece of concrete or whatever the hell they were made out of can just be sent your way upwards of 100 miles an hour to literally just destroy anything that was in your way. Imagine somebody pointing a gun at you, but that gun is the size of a horse. Expect you to roast me with my time, with your no, I mean, why? This is not roasting, guys. I don't roast you. That's a totally another profession. This is just me critiquing animation. And the thing is, I try to tell everybody, it's I'm not critiquing you as a person or an artist. I'm just critiquing the work. That's it. And the whole point of it is just to, sharpen your eyes. And obviously there's plenty of things that I animate. I get critiqued all the time. I get eyes on my work all the time. And the biggest thing that I think a lot of people fall by the wayside when it comes to animation these days is that, and it took me probably about a year to figure this out when I was in college, was you need to get your work critiqued by industry professionals, because those are the people that see that shit on a daily basis. It's how they say the quickest way to make it into a profession is to be on the scene. You can go get educated somewhere. You can go to a college and study stuff, or, take a test on stuff, learn as much as you can. But the fastest way you could actually pick up skills and learn it is doing the job. So how do you do the job, right? If it's so fucking hard to get on the job, right? Because it's you need experience, you're trying to get in there to get experience, you're not getting accepted. So what's kind of the closest thing you can get experience? Go to somewhere such as either an online course or lobby, or a place like a stream like here where artists and animators meet up and get professional feedback. You know, like if I had something wrong with my car, I'm not just going to be like, well, let me, try to study on YouTube what it's like. I'm gonna get professional advice, like from a mechanic who knows what the fuck he's doing, and be like, what does this mean? Like, or what's your advice? What do you see? Like teach me. Be the dumbest person in the room. So that way you can improve and get better. Not in a bad way. I meant show me all the flaws so I can get better. I'll show you the flaws. I'll show you the claws too, man. I'm gonna tear the shit out of this. I used to call my animation sessions the lion's den because it's like throw a piece of meat in a lion's den, just watch them like fight over it, like rip it apart. Anywho, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sunday service. I'm your host, Yo-Yo for show. They used to call me Yo-Yo in high school because I was loopy. Finally, a normal human hour stream. What's up, Sausage? What's up, Migs? Oh, we got everybody in the chat. What's up, everybody? Give me a second. I gotta turn my lights on. It's getting dark in here. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sunday service. We're critiquing animation. We're talking Anim Jam. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. I'm sorry I didn't stream Friday. Like I was saying before, I had a big push at work this week, so I was on almost burning out because I voluntarily was pushing, but you know how it goes in production. Sometimes you get some crunch weeks, and you just got to do what you got to do. But it's all good. I recharged my battery Saturday, went out and saw a movie today, and yeah, we're back at it again, working on some animation. So welcome everybody. All right, what do we got? Canon stuff. Is it supposed to be a silhouette like this, Duran? Okay, let me just digest this. I always do it in piece by piece. Cool. Yeah, man, really good first pass. Okay, it's like, okay, it knocks it over and then falls it. All right, cool. Yeah, all right. So, I'm not so sure what the assignment is. I'm guessing it's just the kind of you to demonstrate physics, weight, speed, differentiation, gravity, all that kind of stuff. Focus on silhouette mode. Okay, yeah, that's totally fine. One thing I noticed right off the bat, the ball feels like a little linear moving in, so I don't know like if it's supposed to be accelerating, because right now it feels like it's being pushed a little bit. So I think like maybe easing out a little bit more through here. Like your spacing kind of takes off pretty quickly through here. So if it's kind of like being eased in, I would hold it back just a little bit more. And then start pressing it out through here. Yeah. Just a little bit more through here. When it hits this part, what would be interesting, because I don't know right now, this kind of feels like this cannon feels a little mechanical, kind of like a accept energy, reload energy, and start moving. Yo, what up, Mystic? What's up, Raiders? Thank you so much for the raid. Moon Man, thank you for the follow. First follow of the night. You know what that means. We got to take a stop and celebrate all the Raiders. What's up? I love Raiders. I love follows. I love subs. Thank you. How am I doing, man? I'm doing better now. Yo, how do I join the Sunday service? Easy. You're joining. What's up, Stefan? Oh, Sunday service is just like if anybody just posts some shots in my shot feedback, I just kind of do it live stream wise. So if you're on my Discord and you got like some stuff you like to post and me do it, I tend to do that. So yeah, welcome Raiders. And welcome to the Sunday service stream, guys. Appreciate you like always. Yeah, we're doing some small animation shots. Duran's up. But yeah, kind of like I'll turn the music off for this. At least I want you guys to hear me straight. I have a shot. I would like feedback. All right. Yeah, just we'll see how much time I got right now. I think just if you're on my Discord, Stefan, just drop it in shot feedback. I'd love to. But yeah, I think one thing I would like to see is like right now it feels like it just kind of rolls in through here. Duran, let's see. Let me get in close. Oh, come on. Why doesn't the fucking thing go? Okay, yeah. So like kind of looking at it through here, it feels like it just kind of rolls in. So like right now there's a gap here and a gap here. And then right now it just kind of feels like it just linearly rolls in. You know, there's no like boop, or there's no like hit. There's almost like no part where it hits this kind of gap, stops a little bit and goes in. So like what I'm kind of thinking is right around here, think of it as the ball is getting caught in this part, almost kind of like this little gap through here. And then it kind of just like, it kind of almost trips in instead of like slowly falls in. Yeah. Discord is blocked in Turkey. Let me try to figure this out. Okay, I could always email it to you, or if you check my link tree, it should be there too as well. If you're on YouTube, by the way, like if you're on YouTube, yeah, there's the Discord. Thank you guys. Thank you, Nightbot. Nightbot's listening to me. That's creepy. But yeah, Duran, like if you're hitting through here, it would almost feel like it just kind of pops up a little bit. So hit through here, kind of goes up in the air a little bit. I can't draw a perfect circle. So it just goes boop. And then kind of hits this corner through here. Like, so I'm like kind of thinking physics wise, it kind of trips. It would move a little bit more further, this part. And then it would kind of hit the back edge of this cannon through here and then start to fall in. So it's like boop, boop, like almost kind of like 8-ball in corner pocket, right? It just goes like clunk, 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 and then falls in instead of just sliding in perfectly, you know? This shaking back and forth is too much, by the way. So hitting there, yeah, coming back. Let's see. Where was my ghosting at? Yeah, just hitting that part, slowly coming back, and then falling in. Something like that. Yeah, something kind of like that, you know, like it just kind of comes and then hits and then falls in. Just a little bit more texture, I think would really, really help out. I don't know how mechanical this is or if the cannon itself needs to take in weight, because right now as the ball falls in, it's kind of loading. So it's like as it slides in, the cannon just kind of catches it and goes, whoop. So I don't know if like the cannon needs to react to the ball hitting the side just a little bit. But what I can say is the cannon, as it's going back, it doesn't really feel like the ball is forcing the cannon to go back with the timing that you've got. Right now, your ball is here. Let me see, let me use a different color. Your ball is right here, and the moment it disappears, the cannon is going down. So I'm thinking it at least needs a little hang time before the cannon goes back. So as you picture it, suppose the ball is here and it starts sliding down, probably sliding down a little bit more, slide down. It'll probably hit around frame 14 or 15, and then you can move the barrel down like, you know. Think about it in a more cartoony way, because I tried to go mechanical way and they told me to show some weight like that. Okay, well, if they're showing like some weight, I would definitely delay this weight a little bit too, because right now it just kind of feels like it's almost like vacuuming it up. and this is really soft. I almost want to feel the cannon. Like if this was the bottom of the cannon, it just goes like clink and then comes back up through here. So you feel that boosh, right? You feel the impact of the cannonball actually entering and hitting the bottom, you know. I think it would be cool because like right now the cannon just is kind of like rotating down through here. I think it would be cool, and this is if they're asking for something a little bit more cartoony, I think it would be cool to like as it's hitting, think of like the back end that just goes hits the back end and then comes back out through here. So it's like more like like it hits, it comes back, it hits this corner part right through here, come forward. That's probably not what they're going to be looking for, just my educated guess. But what I would like to see is a little bit more texture on the way this thing moves forward. Because right now it feels very linear. Like this whole way through, it feels very linear until you get like right here. It just like has like a little bit of rebound. I would say as soon as it hits, like think of it as it's hitting and moving up, right? As soon as like the rebound is there, almost think of the edge of the cannon as hits and then starts easing out a little bit. You could ease in on the top through here. Like the weight's feeling there. And then it starts to drop. Something kind of like that, right? So like if you look at this green line, it's like it hits and it almost like ricochets the cannon up. So it's kind of like boom, 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 boom. Like you feel the cannonball almost motivates the cannon to go up, and you're playing with texture. You're getting into like you're getting into kind of like an ease in, and then you're easing out, and then having a sharp end rebound, so to speak. So just something a little bit more kind of like it shows gravity, it shows motivation, and it gives your shot a little bit of texture too. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, sorry, Mystic. This is a Sync Sketch. It's a really good program. It's kind of like a Google Drive for drawings. I encourage everybody to get on there, even though Sync Sketch is summoning the tariffs. It's it's given a lot of it's not cheap to get more space, but 2 gigs is okay for now. The upgrades are really fine, but like this is like a plus for animators for sure. Definitely recommend it to you guys. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let me know if Stefan, let me know if all that's like working for you, okay? But yeah, coming down's feeling good. Let's see. Let me see what the sound on. Where's the sound? Damn it. The sound. I thought it was a way you can scrub with the sound on. I should be a Sync Sketch expert by now. Auto scrubbing. Here we go. Yeah, so I think somebody had posted in the Discord earlier. It sounds like the sound is coming out before the ball. And right here, as you guys can hear it, it's a little delayed. So yeah, I would say like, let's try to put as soon as it clicks, the pow part, let's make sure that it's reacting whenever the sound is there. I think what you can do, I don't know how squash and stretchy you're allowed to get with this, but I would really love to do some squash and stretch on this. My take personally, like if you could scale this shape, that would be kind of cool. But if not, I would say it's cool to, okay, you are moving this as a whole, okay? It's cool to actually break these 2 shapes up. So like right now, you kind of got this shape, and then you've kind of got this shape too. So like think of it as when it launches, one shape goes back, and then the other shape will be delayed as it's followed through there. So like this one goes boom, right? And you're feeling that kick. And then maybe possibly this shape can come up a little bit. And then really, you know what, even on the impact, I would say really push this shape too. So like, let's just say like you're pushing this sucker way back here, you know. And then as it's moving back, you know, the shapes are kind of like coming back into play. Like, think about that impact where it's just like, you know, it's just like bam, like the top part pushes back, followed by the bottom part, right? So it's like, it's almost like it doesn't go back together, but it's something that breaks up that shape and it gives it force to like ricochet and push back, you know? I had a problem figuring exactly what's the best moment for the explosion. Oh, no, it's always on the impact, right? Because like before, like what happens is when you do a gunshot, like you'll see the flash on the moment of impact. So this is like badoosh. And then this is where the explosion hole happens, like through here. You know, so it's like... And then right out, like just a frame after the explosion, that's where the cannon starts to push back, you know. You can see, but I'm nodding like if you were in class. I'm sure everybody's nodding. Everybody's nodding asleep. That's where everybody's probably nodding off right now. I would say this, right now your gun, the height that it comes up is feeling good. It comes down a little too quick right here. It's important to know that like your cannon, this is really heavy. And I always say in my class too, it's like spacing and timing matters more than anything. Like if you're going to push more timing, you're going to create more weight. And if you're going to space change really quickly, your character or object's going to feel light. So right now, as soon as we connect to the back, your cannon's dropping at like 1, 2, 3, like 3 frames, right? And it feels very light through here. So I would say as soon as it comes back, you know, like really give it some time to overshoot just a little bit. So like your cannon hit, your cannon's coming back, and again, just try to hold the ease a little bit more, and then play with that spacing. Because this part, like as you're looking at this whole thing, the more timing you give it, the heavier it's going to be. But then you play with the spacing in order to make it feel heavy, if that makes sense, right? So like that's like kind of one of the important things of why these assignments with simple shapes are so important. Is not just because you're like, oh my God, I want to take animation because I want to animate Gwen Stefani, doing Kung Fu with Dr. Doom. You know, it's like, yeah, there's a time and a place to get to that level to do Spider-Verse, Kung Fu, John Wick bullshit. But the whole purpose of these simple shapes is in order for you to understand weight, timing, and spacing, you know. So yeah, your time will come, and when it does, you know, good luck with that. I don't know how that's going to play out, but really, really think about these tests as showing, you know, how can you really add texture and variety to the things that you're given, if that makes sense. That's why I'm putting so much emphasis on just this cannon alone, you know, Duran, because it's like, mostly when people see this animation, all they're excited about is just like your cannonball blowing this shit up over here. And I get it, right? That's what we're supposed to be looking at too. But it's these small little things that are really, really gonna, you know, be noticed on your assignment too, like how we present what's actually happening, you know, to the ball. I see you got a little stretch on the ball too. That's kind of interesting. I would say the stretch is fine. I would say too, the ball seems to be a little linear through here. So like, as we're going right out the barrel, the ball should already be exiting through here. So like right after the explosion, we should already be here, but really, really watch your spacing through here. Because it feels, if you start to spread out a little bit more further here. But I think what really is required for this one is a nice ease out. And what I mean about ease out, I'm sorry, is a nice ease in. Sorry, ease out is actually what you're doing right here. Ease in is where you're spacing more in the beginning and closing the distance a little bit more out. Because right now it feels linear through here, and then you start spreading out over here, right? Which is an ease out. But what we want to do is the reverse of that too. So like, let's just say, for example, as soon as he fires, think of like your cannonball going here, and then as gravity catches it, it's more kind of like there, but still, I mean, I'm probably slowing it down a little bit. Yeah, I'm probably slowing it down just a little bit more through here. Ignore these last two. Here we go. Yeah, you just need a little bit more faster on the exit point. AJ's in the chat. Spacing Animation Exchange. Yeah, follow that link, AJ. We've got the sire of sires in the chat too. Everybody, be sure to check on AJ. He's the oracle of animation knowledge. I'm pretty sure he's AI because there's one letter short after I. That is AJ, but he's the best kind. Yep. Check out all that stuff. He's really, really good. Yeah, give him a shout out. AJ up in the chat. Thank you. Thank you for lurking. But yeah, guys, I think that's been feeling pretty good. I also think the way that the ball is falling is a little too quick too. So yeah, this feels kind of light through here. I mean, it's a cannonball. So like really we got to think of like opposing forces that are coming into play. You know, you have like your line, right? You have like your force of impact, and you have another piece that's colliding with it too. As soon as they collide, this is showing me, Duran, that this thing is going to go through, because right now you're breaking through and this ball literally stops as it's getting hit, and it's almost like it's jumping back out of that. When I see this breaking through, I'm expecting this guy to go straight through and land here on this side. But I think what you want to do is you want to get a good solid contact frame through here, but you also want to show that this thing is these bricks are so massive and so solid, so heavy, that it's going to, you know, retract the energy that you're giving to it. So not only do we want to have a connect frame, but we want to make sure that we're exchanging that energy coming back, right? So like as it's hitting, you know, we still want to have like a nice ease out, you know, to like show that heaviness. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that we're feeling that heaviness in the beginning, and then the way that it feels weighty is that as it's dropping and gravity takes effect, we start spreading out the distance, right? Probably can have it one more frame through there, impact up and again. But yeah, you wanna make sure that you're giving that ball a little bit more ease out in order to show the subtraction of the weight and make it feel heavy right now. And I think that's what's going to really, really help out the weight of your ball right now. And just be cautious of when it's going to stop, because I think your ball is kind of stopping a little too quick. It kind of feels like it's got a mind control, like it's like a little kind of possessed, like it goes whoop and then stops a little bit. I think it comes to a halt a little bit too soon. I wouldn't mind easing in on it just a little bit more. You know, you just want to make sure that the momentum, gravity is like really doing its part through here. Oh, and this last part, it kicks it off a little bit. That's cute. It's like a pool shot through here. I would be cautious about the spacing. As soon as it connects, it should move. So like right through here, we should feel a little bit more movement of the ball and the shape pushing into it a little bit more. So that way it gives it some motivation. You wanna feel that connect part through here. I think too. Watch. I don't really think too as well. Like I think this brick is sliding too much to this part. I think like if it ricochets, it should get closer to the ball before it drops. And I think this drop part is the part that's going to make it feel like it's hitting it, because it just kind of feels like it's sliding too much. Because as soon as it makes contact with here, it just freezes. That kind of feels like a little unnatural to me. So I'll just be cautious about that. But yeah, man. I think the impact on the bricks is feeling good, though. Only one thing that sticks out to me is this bottom one right here. Ugh, it feels like that Looney Tune death that Bugs Bunny would do. Like, he got me. Oh, like they straighten up really quick and they fall down. Mortal Kombat 11 did this, and it drove me absolutely bonkers. I was like, why do you stick I told them, I was like, why do you stick a stick up their ass before they fall? And they were like, what? I'm like, do you not see this? I thought they were fucking with me. And I was like, they go straight up before they fall down. And they were like, oh, really? I'm like, well, that's because I was a cinematics guy talking about gameplay stuff. But yeah, really watch what's happening through here, this bottom one. It moves really quick and then it freezes. So notice you have another ball that's hitting this part, so it should give it a bit of more of a boost. But I think the biggest thing is it should be constantly going as it's getting hit. Like this push should be motivating it. So again, you know, easing a little bit more and then falling on the way down. And then as it comes in, boom. And then as this one is flipping, it's going to push it again, right? It's probably going to be here, and it's going to push it again even faster, right? And then you want it to fall down a little bit sooner. It's like tree trunk, right? Tree fall in the woods, right? Timber, you know, you want that to feel just as weighty, you know? Didn't consider the points that you're talking about, and that seems also clear. So much to learn. Yeah, man. It's funny. It's fun when you it's fun when you, and you guys will acquire this too. For those of us who are animating and have been doing this for a long time, like your eye is not able to see this when you're starting off, because we just try to get through our tests as quickly as we can. Most of us, you know, we try to put as much emphasis on what we see without seeing it. And then when you start to gain more and more time animating, when it comes to like adding more weight, adding more readability, adding more clarity, you know, making sure it's not floaty, making sure it's not unnatural, making sure the mechanics are working correctly, you start to go back to these very, very simple projects of shapes, and you start to really understand why timing and spacing is so important. Just emailed a play blast. Okay, thank you, Stefan. But yeah, no, definitely, you know, treat these tests with respect, because, you know, that you're learning, you know, it's not necessarily something that I would personally put on my demo reel, but it's more of like good practice to understand, like, when you get a note from a supervisor or director by saying, hey, that arm is hitting a wall, or hey, those legs don't really feel stable, or hey, the torso just doesn't feel like it's shifting correctly, or it doesn't feel like it's coming, the energy is, there's not enough energy coming out of that punch, or that recoil or something like that. Like, it's always goes back to simplification. You have a human, right? The human that looks like the outside of a restroom. And then basically you're looking at it and saying, okay, here's a circle, here's a square, here's another square, here's a rectangle, here's a triangle, and then here's two rectangles and a small ball at the end. You're simplifying parts of the body as shapes, and you're treating it like you are on these silhouettes. Make sense, guys? Same thing. But yeah, that's all I got for that. Yeah, make sure you check out AJ's resources. Hopefully, they don't send you to another A&E biography, but they should be good. As my anatomy teacher said, you'll be a master when you reach 10,000 hours in something. So I'll make the grind. Yeah, good luck with that. Thank you, Master Animator, for show. Oh, I'm the best. Yeah. I told you guys, you call me sensei in this dojo. Is that understood? Like, humor me. Cool, man. Yeah, this was a fun one. All right. Walk cycle. This was cool, man. I think one thing that does feel a little contained is he just kind of feels like he's in this zone. So like the ball, I wonder if I can keep this drawing on for like ever. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me do this real quick. Let me cheat the principles. There we go. Put this here. There we go. Now watch this. Okay, he is going back a little bit. That's good. Yeah, I think what I would like to see is a little bit more rotation, like as he comes back up and back down. But yeah, we're kind of like living in that spot. I think what would help is if you break this front line a little bit through here. So like as he comes down, like this push off, I would love to see a little bit more weight coming back, like coming past this line a little bit and going back that way. Yeah, AJ said it correctly. Everything is a bouncing ball. It's true. It's true. That's why it's good to play with your balls, chat. Play with your balls, tease your balls, lead your balls, check your balls. It's funny because like one of my friends in college was like, who needs them? It's like, balls, who needs them? They're absolutely useless, honestly. They really are. I mean, the only thing they give us guys is testosterone, which is a good thing. But really, that's it. That's like all they're good for. It's like, would you donate one of your balls for $5 million? I would. It's like, hi guys, I'm a millionaire. I'm rich, bitch. I just had to sell one testicle. That's terrible. I mean, shout out to all my homies out there rocking the 8 ball. No shade. We're just having fun. Yeah, man. There's just a few pops in here that's more than likely need to be worked on. A lot of it's like kind of like how the leg is moving out from this position through here. This part in particular, when the ball is moving up, I'm just looking at the space between, let's see, this leg. Here's fine, and then we have this big jump through here, and then we start to slow down through here. You see that? So like these like jumps through here. Silver Sun, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Anim Jam. All right, we're rocking tonight. Welcome in, Silver Sun. I appreciate the follow. Thank you. Yeah, so like just small little things like that where you see this space jump. So you have like one through here, and then you start to slow it, and then you stop right through here. And then you start moving again, and then you stop again through here too. So just watch out for this kind of stuff. Also to watch your feet. Do me a favor next time too, Duran. Stefan here came from YouTube. Oh, okay. Thank you. What's up, Stefan? All right. Thank you so much for the follow. Now you know. Now, hopefully, let me see. Fun. Try this. Try that link. See if it's still unavailable. AJ, I'm about to pay you some dinner. What about me? Why don't you pay me some dinner? Absolutely. You know what? I think I'm done. I think I'm done with this walk cycle. We're good. We're good to go. Everything's fine. All right. Next on the list, what do we got? Oh God. Honestly, I don't even think I can have some. I'm all out of agua. I think let's see. We've got, hang on a second. Yay. Hey Brad, what's up, Shagadoo? How you doing? Okay, just testing out the recoil here. You gotten into school so you could pay me to teach me. That's fair enough. But yeah, anyway, Duran, like the biggest thing with these walk cycles, and do this too for your professors so they'll love you to death, is make sure that you're putting a ground plane in here. You know, make sure just create like just a simple mesh. You know what I like to do, guys, and it kind of sucks because I'm telling you to do this even though I don't even do this myself, is I like to just make a ground plane, you know, like a square, something that's right underneath the foot. And I'll save that out as just a file. I'll just say ground plane. So that way, when I just like import my file, I have that all set up so I don't have to scale it and mesmerize and do all that shit. So it's like, it's just something easy that's in there. Just so we can see where the feet and the toes are going from. Because right now, obviously your little control object or whatever the fuck this is, this image plane is substituting for that, right? Which is fine. But when you get through here, you know, you want to make sure that, you know, we at least have something to like show, okay, this is where the geometry meets the pavement and it's not going lower than that. I think that's what's gonna help out just to see clarity and like how heavy this character is. So it's always good to have. I'm looking at your controls right now. And mind you, I don't know, I'm not familiar with this rig, so I don't know where his ball control is at. But what I do know is that whenever we do this this walk cycle, we want to be careful to make sure that we're not hitting this ball roll control and staying in there for the rest of the walk cycle. Because right now you're hitting this shape, which is cool, but then we're holding in that shape for like 2 or 3 frames, and then we're peeling off. So if you guys, here's a free lesson to you. You guys think about walk cycles is basically once you're getting past your down pose, which is where your character's the lowest it's going to be through here. Once you get past that, you're going to start peeling the back end of your foot, and it's just constantly going up until you're off of your toe, if that makes sense. So if you're looking at where your shape is at through here, we're here, right? We're kind of like at this kind of weird shape. But then the next frame, it should not stay this way. We should always keep moving that back line up, up, and up, right? Over a duration, right? You should feel that line moving. And also to watch where the last point before taking his foot off the ground, you get a lot of space through here too. We want to make sure that this toe is pivoting off of this peel, which is why I'm curious how you're moving this control, because right now this looks like the IK. This thing looks like the IK control, and it looks like you're rotating the IK control in order to compensate from what this is doing. Don't do that. Don't not hurt yourself, right? Do not put this to divorce court. It's going to destroy your life, okay? Utilize the control that's already there. I'm assuming this thing has a toe joint, has a rotation toe control. If it does, good for you. It should. If not, shame on the rigger. And it should have a ball control too as well. It's one or another, not both. Yeah. No, definitely. You want to make sure that you're utilizing those ball controls as well as those tip controls. Raniel, thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. That'll do. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. But you really want to see it pivot off of that toe. Let me see if I could open up. Like Blender's a terrible. Like, it's terrible because like this is not the best rig for this demonstration. Let's see. So like they'll usually come with a ball control, which is really good. And that's the kind of stuff that you want, right? You want to use that ball control to make sure that your foot is flat on the ground. And then when you get to that spot where he's going to tip on top, you want to use at least 1 or 2 frames to use this tip control to really get that foot up in the air, so you're feeling that peel, right? You're using that to your advantage. Rigs available for Blender. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's cool. I don't have them. I don't touch Agora. I don't touch Agora with a 5-foot pole. I sent my resume into Agora. I'm like, hey, guys, if you need any help with animators, I got some experience. And they just ghosted me. They were just like, wait, you're that loudmouth YouTuber. No, sorry. We run a PG-13. Or actually, I'm sorry. We run a TV Y7 corporation over here. I think Agora is full of purists. I really do. They don't like conflict. I'm pretty, like, you could ask any one of my Blizzard managers. I'm a liability issue sometimes. But anyway, it's like, you want to make sure that you're using those controls, but don't use everything, right? Use them tastefully. So I'm going to kind of draw how I kind of do it. Don't use this IK controller. Only use this IK controller to move this fucker back. Okay. That's all you need to do. All right. Use the ball control. Right. We play with our balls. Use the ball control to get this shape and keep it moving. Okay. Once you get here, okay, where your foot is peeling off, use the toe control. Okay. Possibly for about 1 or 2 frames, because what you want to do is you want to get this on the ground, but this foot to be moving up, like 1 and possibly 2 frames, okay? And then this is the secret sauce. This is the Big Mac special sauce that I do that nobody else thinks about. As soon as this foot leaves the ground to here, right? Your ball controls, ball and toe, right? Let's just say they've got 8 and then the toe has got 6, 7. I just made that number up. As soon as they leave this ground plane, your IK is going to be like this, right? And then your ball control and your toe control are going to put this in a fun position, right? Girls love this position. I'm just teasing. That's a terrible joke. As soon as you get off of the ground, right? Your ball control and your toe control are going to go straight to 0. All to 0, right? And then, only then, can you touch the IK. So your IK will be here, and then you will move the IK to here. And that's how you do it, right? That simplifies things, that cleans up stuff, right? and it makes sure that you're not using a bunch of controls that are colliding with one another, that are overlapping one another. Does that make sense? So give that a shot. You know, it's gonna save your life. So yeah, that's some free advice for everybody. But if there's any other better way to do that, please let me know, and I'll be sure to ghost you. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys. No, we're all here to learn. Also, too, and you're probably going to understand and know this too, the biggest, and even with run cycles, and this is kind of like what I teach in my class too as well. The biggest points of what we look at for arcs and reference is, of course, like three things. Three things for me personally: your kneecap, where your knee is at, right? Where your ankle is at, and where your toe is at, right? These are like 3 points of reference. And right now, as you can see, your knee right here, it hits this position, and then it stops in this position right here. If you look at the arc, it goes down, it goes back, and then it pops crazy over here, right? And then it slows down again. So watch the arc. Normally, I use this for arcing, but the biggest thing that is kind of like a junior animator thing that we usually work through is looking at where your legs are at. You know, like where's your legs going? Because right now, as you can see, the legs are kind of popping here. They stop here. They're moving forward a little bit. They move back a little bit. So right now, as you see this, it's probably not the best color to use. Right now, as you see this leg, it goes back, then it stops, then it moves back again, and then it moves forward. Like, it moves forward big time. So really, really kind of like use that as your spacing, you know. Is my leg continually going back? And obviously, when you get here, when you get to this point where your toe is up, your leg is going to ease in, and then it's going to start to ease forward, right? So you want to make sure as soon as you get here, your bend in the leg is going to happen, but then your leg is going to bend forward. And it's still going to keep bending forward, right? So I should have just put more colors in there too as well. And then when it jumps through here, just make sure it's not going too crazy, right? It's not making that big pop. You want to make sure that, you know, you're getting that nice swing back and forth. And those are just the small things that stick out on walk cycles, okay? I'll leave it at that. You only did a side profile, but that's the two biggest thing. Knee pops are last. Yeah. I would say, you know, getting the leg to make sure it's not jittering, making sure that the feet are stable on the ground. That's in my class. I can't tell you how many people I just see that can't keep the feet on the ground. And that's the most important thing, especially when you're using IK. If you don't have the feet connected to the ground or the toes connected to the ground, or if there's space in between, it instantaneously looks light. It looks like it has no gravity. So, you know, just make sure that they're planted, because that's how the weight is being carried. And then, yes, the legs are definitely in order to track, to make sure there's not stopping and jittering and popping back and forth. And then, of course, there's cheat controls, right? Which every animator and their mother will be like, I definitely want to use these cheat controls because they look so forbidden. They sound so naughty. And it's like, they are, but they're not intended for you to just do whatever you want with them for each frame. You know, that's ludicrous. What they are is at a final polish pass, when it is the very last thing that you should do, it's like the red button. Don't touch the red button until the very end. Was it front side and orthographic view, third person perspective cams, all for feedback? Yeah, definitely. But I'll be here till the cows come home. We're only doing the side profile for sure. But yeah, that's about it. All right, that's all I got, Duran. Thank you for submitting. Hopefully that helped. Feel free to look back on this. Stream for stuff. Good job. Keep going. Yeah. Good stuff. Like, round of applause for Duran. He had guts posting up all his assignments, and we just dissected them. So keep it up, and be sure to look back on this for a review. And thank you for the subscription. Thank you for the resub, Duran. Appreciate it. LT made me think a lot of what needed to check. Yeah.
It's like five head stuff. We're coming in your living room. We're in your house tonight. Lock the doors. Turn out the lights. Put your parents to bed. It's gonna get spicy.
By spicy, meaning I'm out of liquid. I need to go hydrate. Give me a second, chat. I'll be right back. Let me go get some drinks. Talks amongst yourselves. Enjoy my cat. I'll be back in a second. All right, let's chill a little bit. Let's talk. Let's chit chat a little bit. Let me get a break. I don't know how much I've been reviewing animation today. Ugh. Blah blah. Man, I need to make more animation emotes. AJ's got a ton of them. Best playlist for new animators. The animation playlist. The animation playlist. To infinity and beyond. Cheers, folks. Hydrate. Stay healthy. Let's create a lot of great art this year, shall we? It's still the beginning of the year, guys. I mean, we haven't even got to summer yet, man. Isn't spring still here? Spring is here. The lion. Oh yeah, I did name it the Lion's Den. See, the AI heard me there. Shake Shack, guys. Actually, you know what? Let's enjoy some. You guys want to enjoy some animation? You guys want to pop off a little bit? Anybody ever heard of a studio called GXC? Oh, thank you so much, Mystic. Thank you for the 10. Appreciate that. You rock. Thank you, Queenie. Thank you, Mystic. You ever heard of a studio called GXS? No. Well, the directors and the supervisors there worked on a little movie called Rise of the TMNT on Netflix. If you guys haven't seen or noticed that movie, I highly recommend to go watch that just to get your animation kicks and basically just to get the shit blown out of your head with visuals, because that movie is pretty top notch. But anyway, never heard of them. Yeah, they're pretty low key, but boy howdy, did they release a trailer today that just kind of left me floored. I am in video games. For everybody who's new to the channel, I'm a developer. I work at NetherRealm. I've worked at Blizzard. I've worked at a couple of other outsourcing studios helping with video games. But I'm also in the cinematic department where I did a bunch of shit for Overwatch, World of Warcraft, yada yada, blah 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 blah. Boring, I know, boring as hell. No big deal. But yeah, we do a lot of promo packages for video games. And one awesome video game that came out last year was a game called Shinobi. Sega sponsored it, but it was the studio that did it that's pretty much on the map of all animators worldwide, called Lizard Cube. And they're a fantastic studio in France, run by Ben Fouquet. And they worked on a little game called Streets of Rage 4, and then they followed up with Shinobi. And yeah, that game is 2D animated. It's a fantastic game. And the art is just handcrafted from tit to tat. And highly recommend you guys check out any gameplay that you may or may not have witnessed. Even if you don't play video games, it's pretty admirable. The key posing, the frames, and just the style, how it looks. They're sick as hell. But anyway, that's their plug for them. They dropped a DLC trailer today with a little studio that was promoting their upgrades with Sega characters. And damn, if I was floored of how this looked. So let's take a look together. Let's actually promote it on the Sega channel. It's called Shinobi. There we go. Revenge Villains Animation. I got some opinions about this and some thoughts, but let's just geek out for a second. Oh God, it's like this. Hang on. This is not the dubbed version. I'm sorry. Let's just watch on PlayStation. Fuck it.
When the Death Sight fell into the hands of the abominable Lord Ruse, Joe Musashi, leader of the Obito clan, became the last bastion against evil. With his village razed, his clan petrified, and family brought to ruin, vengeance raged within him to destroy Lord Ruse and the E&E Corps. Musashi battled fiercely Mandara, Beastmaster, Kijima. With new allies, he annihilated the Kaiju Tenval. The souls of the fallen lit a flame that guided him toward Limbo, where he faced Lord Ruse.
All that dialogue just to get to where we're at. Bro. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna gag at how sick this is. I don't know if it's a good thing that I can't understand half the shit that's happening here. I guess it's just the movement and the timing that's really getting my kicks off. Oh yeah, I just stole some of Ben's work there. Very, very limited. That is cool. That adder shot. Oh, hello. Yes. You ready? Credits. I fucking love this. This needs to be a staple in every promo trailer leading up to a game launch. GXS. You know what this stands for, guys? GXS? GXS? Gas. Gas. Gas productions. Gas producers. Gas managers. Gas animation directors. I love it. This whole studio is just called Gas. They own that gas. Right? This shit is awesome. I love how they're actually giving credit to the people that promoted this. There needs to be a lot more of this happening in these trailers. Because what's kind of like misconception is a lot of people that are not in the know like we are think that just because a trailer is coming from just because a trailer is promoting a video game, people automatically think that company made that trailer, which isn't always the case, right? But yeah, I love this. I love how they're actually giving everybody credit, and not to mention that this little Asian string that they're playing is going pretty hard. That's pretty hot. Yeah, I was like, dude, you didn't need to go that hard. What's interesting about this trailer is, guys, it's just nothing but key poses, and some of these they're holding longer on like threes, right? Even like this kind of stuff, right? They're letting the camera and the effects do most of the work. So like Joe lands in this shot right here, and then like he's holding there. That's it. The only thing that's catching your eye is just the crazy amount of visuals and motion. It's almost like, now that I'm watching this full screen with you guys, I'm almost kind of getting sick looking at this. But I love it. I love how they're just like taking just a simple concept. And you know what's crazy about this, guys? There is no stretching to this character. There's just like key poses, like that's breaking the character just a little bit, but there's no stretching. Like, look, they're just holding him in that pose and rotating him in space. That's it. They're just going, But this is good arcing. Like, this is good arcing and posing. There's not a lot of in-betweens. Not like that Black Cat trailer that we dissected the other day. The one that just broke every fucking rule in the book, is also sick. Yeah, that's another thing too. I mean, it's no joke. It's a fantastic game. But I'm so impressed that they're just taking simple poses like this. And this is attaching the camera and moving it on too. So the character moves with the camera, but you see how the background is rotating behind these characters? See, like, this is a perfect example. See this, guys? This is what's giving you that Spider-Verse effect look too. It's just like I want to say it's an ancient technique. It is an ancient technique because anime's been doing this forever. The only trouble is like nobody's ever really seen this acquired to 3D. Until Arc Systems started utilizing this in their super trailers. I could be wrong on that one though. AJ's got to background check me. Yeah, screen space on. Yeah, exactly. But it's fun. It's fun. It's fun how they're utilizing it and really, really pushing, the action. What's crazy about this is that they do not slow down. There's a lot of debate on what makes a fight sequence good versus paced out, and this is just to coin their company, foot on the gas, no brakes, all gas, no brakes. That's a famous YouTube channel, by the way. But there's no point at where we're slowing down. There's just high energy all the fucking time. And that's up for debate. If does that make a good action sequence? Because you're just kind of blown away by like all these changes and visuals that are going on. There's never a point where they're stopping and breathing and like holding for a second, except that part where there's nothing there. Surprised you watch Channel 5. I love Channel 5. There's just something really, really charming about how that guy interviews people. But yeah, like just straight up holding poses, utilizing 3D space, right? You're just tracking the character, like AJ said, in screen space, and then just making the camera do half the work too. But which is really funny is that how, you know, how very, very simplistic some of these poses are. And how long we stay in them, you know? It's actually a cool move. It gets to the point where you're not like really reading attacks, you're just reading movement. You're just reading space movement, you know? And then you go in and dissect it later to see like how the fuck are they actually doing that? It works very well in fighting games like MVC because all you're reading is space changing. Like, I guarantee you, if you guys see combo chains or air combos, you don't know what the fuck your character is doing, but it feels good because the shapes are moving. You know, like spacing, direction is catching your attention, but it doesn't let off, you know? Anyway, I saw this and I was like, I love how really crafty they're getting with the composition and how they're really, really using like different like styles, like close-ups, like super squeeze close-ups. I didn't even realize his spear was all the way out there, right? Or I'm sorry, his scythe was all the way out there. But you go from right screen to left screen back to right screen again. The way that they're like breaking like the third wall is really, really cool. I think like even, I doubt this, but I could be wrong. Like even this pose right here, I don't think this pose is stretched. Like I think it possibly just could be pushed left and right in space. I know there's a focal length change, but I doubt this is even stretched. That part's stretched. Okay. This transition stretched. Okay. I might be wrong. Yeah, I might be wrong on this one. Yeah. It could be possibly just that pose. I don't like this. Like, I'm not a big fan at Rue and how he's moving just because his silhouette is so massive. I don't really think they're really getting good shapes on him. We're losing a lot of his scythe and just how fucking big he is and like how he's transitioning through here. I'm not really too big of a fan of some of these movements. Looks like some animations being stepped and splined. They can change modes. Yeah. I mean, I don't really see anything being splined. Like this is probably the closest to being linear. These slow-mo shots. Yeah. I don't even know if this one's in between too. Yeah, this one's stepped. Eggman's got some movement in his stash. That's such a badass shot. For those of you who don't know, I love beat 'em ups. Blackadder, he is the big baddie from Golden Axe. It's a fantastic fucking game. So we were stunned to death when we saw this guy make the list. What the hell is this Smash 5? I wish. But what's interesting is this is some of the gameplay. And this is back to Lizard Cube. So Lizard Cube is responsible for this. Amazing background, by the way. This is the final boss of Blackadder. But what's interesting is I start to see some of this really smooth animation. But then Blackadder feels a little chunky through here. Like these transitions right here, from here to here to here, that's some big pose changing. And I think what doesn't help is the simple fact that Ben drew this shield, or one of his guys drew the shield and says, oh shit, this shield has detail. This shield is detail, because you see the cheats that they're working with, like they're squashing some of these frames through here, and they're only probably making just a quarter profile and a profile frame. And I think that's probably what's catching my eye. Not to mention that, but look how long, look, he's Michael Jackson moon sliding through here. Look how long we stay in this pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like six frames a second through here. That walk cycle. That's what was making it a little chunky for me. We found an error, guys. Look at the axe. Look, it's not even in his hand. It's early prototype, right? It's just releasing in 2 more weeks, so they got time to polish it, right? Yeah, like this was the only thing in the trailer I was kind of like, oh, you know, like everything is like it's like super foreplay energy, you know, like when it's tickling you and you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and then it gets to like, you know, Then it gets to teasing territory, and you're like, yeah, like, I believe you built me all up for that, but this is how my anim brain works. I don't know about Adder here. He looked a little stopped. This guy looks good, and Dr. Robotnik looks okay. April 3rd, guys. Free DLC. Directed by Alan Wan. Look this guy up. He's responsible for Rise of the TMNT. If you guys haven't seen that, go watch it. Go watch it, or at least the final battle. You'll see the styles coincide. Yeah, I need to work for these guys. I need to contact Gas. I need to go to Gas. I need to go to Gas and eat like a big bean burrito and be like, yeah, I'm totally down. I'm totally down to fit in with you guys. I'm all about the gas. It was I was gonna say that. Yeah, they can animate him better, bring me along. I know, for real, right? Could it be that the characters are kind of animated a bit with spine? I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. Lizard Cube is known for painstakingly doing frame by frame. Like, guys, if you literally look, let me see if there's any animation. Shinobi run cycle. Do not tell me with this kind of detail in Shinobi's run cycle. Let's see. What is it? The Art Shinobi Sega. What's it actually called? Art of Vengeance. Yeah. Art of Vengeance. Run cycle. I wish they just showed his animations. Maybe we can see it through here. Okay, already you're kind of getting a hint of like his wolf. Look at this. Do not tell me with this amount of detail and just his run cycle
nothing can stop
that they are going to start fucking cheating all of a sudden.
Shinobi on the warpath.
He has a fantastic run cycle with all these details in the cloth, in the line work. It would just be such a downgrade if they were trying to cheat with Adder. That's just me. He's got some of the sickest combos in this game too. Like the way the sword flows between his openers.
Tear him to shreds!
Death Adder style reminds me a bit of Street of Rage 4, and I love that one. Well, funny enough, these are the guys that worked on Streets of Rage 4, Duran. Close to Streets of Rage. Yeah, these are the guys that this group and Guard Crush are two of the companies that did a lot of 2D work on Streets of Rage, and this is their follow-up too. Anything that comes out of Lizard Cube, I am on board. I am on board 1,000% to play, pick up, data mine, break up, geek out over, spill my guts out on. I love their shit. But like when you give me a trailer like what we just witnessed and you follow that up with the gameplay by the way, most gamers, that's all they give a shit about when they watch this stuff. They'll just look at this and be like, ah, cool. Or, or they'd be like, no big deal. But all they give a shit about is the gameplay. 1,000% of the time. Us as animators, we look at the whole package. We're in it for the experience, how it makes us feel, and we dissect it of why it makes us feel that way and how can we actually either improve or do it or figure out how to do it ourselves in order to tell our stories, because that's what we do, right? All that bullshit aside, the thing that I learned in wrestling, of all things, is once you tell a story, start off strong, you can fuck up things in the middle, do not fuck up the finish. And I don't know, it's just that just seeing this just kind of left me with a little bad taste in my mouth. I got to be honest. Of all of them, I'm excited to play Adder because I'm a beat 'em up dude. But, I don't know. Just how I felt. It's just something I noticed, right? Everything looked a little blocky. Everything was moving on 5 frames a second. Like, look at this. This is fine. This motion, this is fine. Like, you're seeing nice in-betweens, good arcs. But once we get into his movement, things look a little chunky, Brad, have you played Dust Force? I think you'd really like the animation on that game. No, I have not. I have not played Dust Force. I'm intrigued now. The only thing I can't do is someone who's in Spain is to say something is good about the French, but I'll do the exception here. I think you'd enjoy a new game called Kenya. Game animation, they left me speechless. Kenya, are you talking about Neva? What is Kenya? I'm gonna have to look up some of these games. Game. Oh yeah, we saw this from the Game Awards. Yeah, I love the trailer. Trailer looked dope. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to take some time and appreciate this, because the color, like the composition and the coloring on this looked really, really great. First one was a hidden gem. It's so good. I know I'm so picky about games that I play nowadays. It's like I don't want to just like play a game just to play a game because I'm a gamer, quote unquote. It's like something really needs to speak to me art wise, because anybody who knows me on this channel, I'm an old school guy. I love pixel art. I love beat 'em ups. I love just a few different genres, but I'm not like running out to play every new video game that's, hitting the market. Like I haven't even played Expedition, 33, and it won Game of the Year last year. That's kind of how crazy I am. The studio that does Kena is an animation studio, apparently. I have no doubt. I mean, you can kind of tell just like from basic character appeal, effects, lighting, the way animation moves and flows, like ramp cams. Like you can kind of get a sense of veteran, experienced people that know their shit versus just people that are trying to make something for a quick buck. They're still out there. Like one of you guys posted something on the video game channel that made me really appreciate it. Oh, this is it. Sorry, I'm taking a little sidetrack. Yes, right here. What is it? Outer Worlds. This kind of stuff, guys.
It's a feeling of destiny. Follow me, Naomi and Bag Boy. Destiny awaits.
Okay, first off, stop motion, hard as hell to animate. This is like European hard, extreme, Metal Gear Solid insanity levels of. This is like From Software, hard as hell to animate.
Might help with all his good ideas.
But not only is it stop motion animated, it's good stop motion. Like it's clean.
Oh, hey, I've got you.
So
that subtle shit, that is so difficult to do.
The main idea of the Prince was to have a character that all the idols.
But I love this. From
the way you think you
from concept.
We made some trousers.
Patient and a lot of heart. I'm sorry, I don't mean to skip through this. I know he's pouring his heart out in this interview. But like traditionally animated shot and implement, dude, can you guys can you fathom that for a second? Like, can we just like think of how long it takes to make a stop motion anything, right? Down to concept, to making the puppets, to taking time to animate a shot, to putting it all together. To make sure it's lit correctly, to double check the animation, but it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there, because when you're done with that, you're implementing it into a fucking game engine and testing it for bugs, testing it for, breaks, testing it to make sure it plays well. It's fun. I mean, we haven't even played the game, but still.
Will of language.
Remember Clay Fighters and Primal Rage? Oh yeah, like Mortal Kombat did it the same way too. Like they Xeroxed all the live action. But even that they cheated because they're doing limited frames, right? They're not as polished as what we're getting nowadays in stop motion.
Thing could be when he meets the two.
It's like you're seeing stop motion evolve. You're seeing stop motion really, like, because before those old stop motion movies, we could all see the pops and the jitters and the arcs, and like everything felt very linear. And of course they, either it wasn't, they had the time or they were still trying to refine the craft. But nowadays you look at Leica's studio stuff and you look at Aardman's stuff and you look at where stop motion is eventually like getting into like the finer polished details of things. And it's so impressive. It's so impressive to see like how subtle they're getting with like eye movements, thinking, blinking, taking time, like little subtle movements in the hair. Like, look at this fucking shit, dude. This would drive me absolutely nuts. I got to move those hairs, those threads, those pieces of dental floss every fucking frame. That would drive me absolutely apeshit. I hate animating hair. I hate animating cloth. By God, I would hate doing that. You know, he's animated too. This guy with the Akira shirt. This guy's handcrafted animated, 1 frame a second too. Look how detailed they're getting, right? Their rendering is looking awesome. They're dropping Nevada filters on top of it, and they're looking real, man. That actually looks like the CEO of Nevada. Not gonna lie. I'm just kidding. I was trying to sneak in a Nevada joke in there somewhere, but no, like hand touched from beginning to end. Even if the game isn't all that, which I doubt it, I'm not trying to pass judgment. I simply just buy this stuff just to support these guys. You know, there's a lot of good 2D stuff coming out. I don't know if you guys have been on the schedule of what's dropping, and people thinking there's not a lot of games. There's a lot of games coming out this year. A lot of fantastic 2D games too. We are living in 2D 26, ladies and germs. This is the year of our Lord 2D 26. And they are coming back, you know, us degenerates who grew up in the 80s and 90s, you know, who witnessed that magic. The magic's coming back with a vengeance. We're gonna be playing, dude. We're gonna be playing this stuff. Isn't cloth animated directly in simulation done? Sometimes they are. Sometimes they're not. You know, like depends on what engine you're looking. I think indies are getting to places that AA should have explored more and further. Oh yeah, well, it's just, you know, the times are forcing people to do more indies because, you know, AAA studios are just not secure like nowadays. Don't get me wrong, like there's a lot of talent people that work there, but they're basically under the guise of executives at this point of like, what's a safe, sure way to gain our profits, to keep our margins up, to make sure that we're spitting out high quality work. But there's a lot of that influence that goes into the games that they're making nowadays that they're just going to make a quick buck. And like all humans, we all like variety, right, guys? You know, we can't just eat pizza 24 hours a day, every day of the week, even though it sounds good, but we're eventually going to crave a steak. You know, we're eventually going to crave a burger. We're eventually going to crave like a nice, good Santa Monica barbecue chicken salad. You know, we're eventually going to want other things. And when the indie circuit pops up with a lot of ex-devs and like turns out something such as this, or a Cuphead, or Expedition 33, or something out of the norm ordinary, we're eventually going to be attracted to it. So, you know, and it's a healthy thing, especially for competition-wise too. There's always going to be projects and art out there too. So everybody we're still kind of like, I think we're still riding that downhill wave of COVID, of too many layoffs. But the more I see these new indies pop up, the more I see these new projects being made, the more that there's hope that there is new projects always being developed. You know, there is new things that are always happening. The question is are we going to be like those that are trying to find work or jobs or, you know, like some opening are we going to be ready for it? You know, like, are we going to have it all like in place when we start going out to look for new work, you know? So Unreal and Praxis have a free 2D plugin on Unreal. Oh yeah, we got that one too. Yeah, I'm more actually, you know what? I saw Blender dropped their new update. We should definitely watch that. I haven't watched it yet. I wonder if we should watch that or go back to the animation work. I know this is still the Sunday service, guys. But I want to make sure that I'm kind of like derailing right now. I think Stefan had sent me something I got to take a look at. Ember Lab. Yeah. But yeah, this one's going to be hot. They got Croak. Croak's a new 2D game that's coming out. I finally got to play the demo. It's fun. This is done by 2D animators. Some that worked on Cuphead. It's like a platformer. Demo's out now. It's really fun. We've got the Adventures of Goldman, which is like hella Miyazaki. I didn't finish the demo. But this is another 2D game that's coming out. This one looks fantastic. Look at this shit. Look at that shit in the background. I could like eat this up all year. Like just give me more. Delicious. 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 I would much rather this than another fucking Call of Duty update. That's just me. You know? Look at that. It's like a fever dream. It's like a 2D wet dream. Rubber hose animation, Miyazaki. Yeah. Oh no! You want rubber? Hey, we got a. You want rubber hose, Duran? Hang on. Oh crap! I don't know the title of it. What is that? Here we go.
There's something rotten at the heart of Mouseburg.
First-person shooter.
Detective Pepper's in the house.
Yeah.
There are those who abandon the
Day
city
one,
to
we're
their
playing this
will,
one. I was like, at first I was like, nah. Now I'm like, okay,
and
let's do it.
those who do anything to save it.
3D environment with 2D filters on top of it. It gives it that look, but the characters are all in 2D. And they have that Z-plane. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that kinda rubs me the wrong way about this game. Is that when you go and see some of the NPCs or the enemies, they're always facing flat to you. Like it's really showing off that image plane, you know? So, oh yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
They won't even know what hit them.
So this is coming out. This is coming out in April, so we'll definitely have to play this. And they got Troy Baker playing the voice. They got like us elite voice actor.
Beat it, Gumshoe.
But yeah, I'm all into that rubber hose animation. This shit is amazing. So not only did they drop this, guys, but they also dropped, I don't know if you guys have seen this one either. They also dropped this one. Look at this shit. Escape by Spoon. Now watch this. Tell me what looks odd about this. See if you can spot it. It's a throwback to some Steamboat Willie. Creator started posting on Reddit before it gained traction. Hell, I love it. Yeah. Been in image vibe somehow. This is the whole objective of the game. You're just trying to escape with a spoon. All right. So same kind of era, right? Same kind of style. But the only difference is nothing's 2D in this game. It's all 3D. It's all 3D with that 2D noir filter. Or that 2D look noir filter. So there's some similarities, but there's also some differences too. Oh, by the way, here's for all the furry gooners out there. They're blurring it, but yeah, there you go. How to get that audience for sure. I know how it works. I know how their marketing works. This is kind of interesting. The concept of just digging your way out with a spoon is kind of intriguing, but I can only imagine how much my ADD is going to kick in when I play this. But still, you know, we've got that noir 1930s type of animation in here. Pretty cool though. Yeah, guys, like I'm excited. I'm excited this year, man. We've got all these 2D games coming out this year. The last year was beat 'em up central for me. Now it's the year of 2D for me. I think this is going to be really, 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 really fun time. I played mostly all the demos, and they all were really fun. They all had their charm, you know. And then we got Kenya's coming out too. I didn't mean to skip over. Stefan says something too. I gotta go back. Let me see. What did you say, Stefan? What was it? Ember Lab. Oh yeah, I remember Ember. Dust Force. Caught it. When did this come out? 14 years ago. Oh, this is a pixel game? Ah, okay. Nice little flubbers. Damn, this was made 14 years ago? This is around the time Meat Boy was taking over, huh? It's one badass dynamic janitor. Very old games, really nice shapes though. Yeah, I love it. I love it when games have like simplistic colors and shapes, especially when you're this far away, because what's interesting is when a lot of people, this is like game design 101. By the way, those leaves are pretty cool. This is game design 101. When your character is this far away from the screen, like when the environment is basically your sandbox and your character is very, very small, like minimal, the importance of really exaggerating your pose and your shape change is pivotal in order is something to make something feel fluid and dynamic. Like it's possible to do it with these little bitty characters, you know, like these little bitty with the size differentiation. But in order to make something like really read good, first it has to feel good, but to even read on top of it better, yeah, you really need to utilize as much tilt and twist as you can in order to get some of this to read properly. And obviously there's a lot of smears, there's a lot of trail drags, shadowing, some really cool effects in there. I mean, I'll give it its props, you know, for 14 years old. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of this shit was done in Animate or Flash. You know, and it's super responsive. That's the biggest thing when it comes to these platformers. It needs to play like a dream. Otherwise, it's a no-go. Like you're going up against giants. Like Celeste was like a champion of this. Celeste was a big champion of this. And I think every game after that was trying to live up to that expectation. Felt so good. Yeah. No, all fun stuff. Oh my God. You know what? The rubber hose animation is bringing me back to like an old animated short I watched, but I cannot, for the love of God, remember who animated that. I want to say it was the same rogue group that did Pirates. There was an old website, guys. It's not around anymore, and some of you don't even have a clue what this website is. It's called animbomb.com. It's not there no more. But it used to be the official YouTube for nothing but animation. It was called I think it was called Animbomb or AnimationBomb.com. I think that was the logo. .com. Is it still there? Probably not. But anyway, they had it was kind of like Newgrounds, except it was just for like animators, like heavy on Flash animators too. But there was this, oh my God, there was this short. I wish I remember the title of it. It was about this time traveler that went back to the rubber hose era, and it was so well done. Let me see something. I have an inkling of this might be the same guys that did it. Okay, this was an old short that Goblins did. Yeah. This is a really good. Ben Faquette was on this team. Same guy that's working on Streets of Rage. E-Bombs World? No, not E-Bombs World. Let's watch this. This is a minute and 32 seconds. This is a really good short. I saw this when I was studying animation. I was like, brother, I want to fucking do this. This is all done in Flash, by the way. and then you start seeing the compositing. This is when they started implementing 3D into it. Motherfuckers were flexing. Goblins is a school for some of the coolest here. No shit. That was a school, huh? God, look at that. Look did that one fucking shot. Look at that. Boy, they had a field day with that morph tool, didn't they? It came out okay. There's just like a little offset on that one frame. I recognize some of those sound clips. I love that little blood booger snot. Flash did this? Yeah. Yeah, this was Flash. So no shit. Goblins was a school where some of the coolest here. There was two schools that were pumping out the hottest fucking animations I was seeing during that time I was in college. Goblins must have been one of them, and it was the Animation Workshop. That was the other one. Yeah, all the hottest fucking animators are French, dude. I can say that because my last name is French. I'm a descendant of like the elites or something. I'm probably like the dumb stepchild, you know. That's why I was born in the States. But yeah, the Animation Workshop was another one that was producing some of this good stuff. Anyway, there's another one. Let's see. I wonder. Goblins animation. I wonder if it was produced by the same people or if it was another student film. God, this is going to kill me. It was a really, really cool. It was a really, really great short, but I can only remember it because it was on Animbomb. It was called like Time Travel or something. I don't want to spend too long on this. This was, oh God, I remember this one too. Burning Safari. Oh God, I remember this one too. Hang on, let's watch this real quick. Okay, this is, when was this? 2006. When did Ice Age drop? Ice Age, 2002, okay. But when did the sequel drop? Because that's when we really started seeing it pushed. 2006, right? Hand in hand, okay, guys, this was like, this short film was the first time that we were seeing cartoony animation in 3D. Like, because we were so used to seeing fucking Toy Story and Bug's Life and that smooth transition animation. This was the first time that we started seeing that snappy animation, you know? Look at this. I remember this. When this monkey comes out, I feel like I feel like this rig's available. Look at that. I remember watching this. I was like, bro, what the fuck is even this? You start to see them. You start to see them like they're trying to mess with the transitions. Like they're trying to find a texture. It's so crazy watching this now. Yeah, this part. This is when it got nuts. It still holds up. Look at that stretching. The way he growls and roars. Watch this. Oh, this is not even the best part. They're shooting digital photos at him. a high note. There you go. Duran, there you go. Here's your reference. Here's your reference for your wall fall right here. Ready? Watch it. You see, there's a time and a way to actually utilize this kind of stuff. Let's frame by frame it. It's got to be one frame. It's got to be ease in frame and then done, and then a screen shake. That's my prediction. Ease in, yep. 2 ease in, okay. 2 ease in frames, 1, 2, and then fall, okay. Close enough. Boom. That's great. Yeah, ease out, sorry. Yeah. Dude, like, oh God, I love the zaniness, man. Oh God. Yeah, I think because, dude, we did not have software to rip videos off the internet. We had no stop and play. We had no screen recorders. We had no way to rip videos off the internet to try to frame by frame this shit. We were just trying our damnedest to pause it to see how the fuck this actually worked. We were begging people for QuickTime files around that time. But yeah, now that we have the technology, like, look at this. This is crazy. Yeah, this was new. This kind of style was so new. I mean, it's been around 2D, but it's the first time we saw it in 3D, which we were like, bro, what is this? You know? I love that part. I remember seeing that, and me and my buddy just looked at each other. We're like, what the fuck? Like a painted background through there. Somehow they figured out how to do like the wave lines on the ground. Even this part too, like just framing by framing this is crazy. See some clipping? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, of course there's so many cheats in this, but the energy is so high. It's like, but you know what really sticks out, even though there's so many cheats, there's just great posing. There's great composition and posing. Like, look at that. Great lines of direction. It catches our eye. It doesn't break frame. Fucking Looney Tunes insanity. This is just a simple 2D effect on top of like what's being rendered. You see, like, you clearly see the ray tracing, the harsh ray tracing on this. You want to get a laugh out of anything, guys? Just cut to credits on a high energy note. Love it. This is great. I can't even read any of this. I'm sure this is people's names, but yeah, the hottest stuff was being produced out of Europe. And we're sitting there in Florida like, what the fuck are we even doing here? Damn, I wish I could find that one that I'm telling you guys about. I sent you a whisper. Okay. Take a look at it. Goldman's is a place you want to go to and be an animator here in Europe. Yeah, like definitely that place was the hottest. I think like in the States, there was only 3 big schools that you could really get credibility for. It was SCAD, it was Ringling, and it was CalArts. Like those were the top schools people wanted to go to with like a tuition of fucking $100,000 probably a year. Who knows? But I just remember that they had good staff, a lot of like ex studio guys working, but they had like such good career connections. You still had to put in the work, but a lot of people were getting like hired out of Pixar. I mean, hired out of there to go to like Pixar and Disney, and that was kind of like the goal to get there. Damn, now you got me wanting binge watching a whole bunch of this stuff. God, I wish I could find that one that I'm thinking of. I wonder if I could ask like Gemini if they could find it for me. Sheridan. Yeah. Sheridan went. Like I remember Vancouver Film School was another big one. But yeah. All good stuff. Oh man, you guys got me on a high right now. I love fucking 2D. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, but there was like a website a while back. Yeah, I already said that. Thank you, Brad. All right, I'm on my thing. I like the style of this one. Okay, am I gonna get flagged for this one, Mystic? Just watching this on the other side. There's quite a few animations out there that start out like this, and I don't even know how they survive on YouTube. I think this one's safe for work. Is this safe for work? It is. Okay. It's funny. Okay. Let's watch it. He gets lewd. We have to pull the plug. Now, this is interesting because this kind of style character, this is what had me questioning it, because there's an animation out there. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want you guys looking up. You'll be, you know, this is your old Uncle Brad trying to keep you guys, you know, safe because I care about you guys. But the character looks quite like this, so that's why I was kind of raising an eyebrow for a second, like, okay, what are we about to get ourselves into? We ought to have a day where we all just like post like some of our favorite animated shorts and just watch them on stream. He's even got the derpy eyes too. AJ tossed one up too. He just freezes. That's what we call broken offsets. What the fuck? Oh my god, it's the Flash movie. Street race. And you know, what is this filter? Oh God, what was that? You know what this reminds me of? I love stupid, like questionable stuff. God, what was the studio in France? It's run by 3 guys, and they are the funniest fucking dudes I've ever seen. They came to Real Effects one time. They were trying to make a film, but it started out as something, but it didn't run through. Oh my God, I almost forgot about the Flash movie. Sci-fi animation short. Now you guys got me like thinking about these movies. What was it called? Headless Production? I want to say it was Headless Productions animation. Is it? Come on, Brad. It is. Yeah. These are the guys. I remember. Yeah. Check this shit out. Okay. You know what, Mystic? This movie gave me vibes of this studio. So this is a place, I wonder, Barcelona. They're from Barcelona. It's 3 guys. Oh, it's not shit. I wonder whatever happened to them. I got to follow up on these guys. But these guys, they were like the Penn and Teller of animation, except with one additional dude. They were masters of their crafts, but their shit was just so out of left field. Style, animation, and storytelling. Like, they didn't play by the rules, but their art was so attractive. You know, let me see if I could find what I'm looking for. I think it was one of these. and they knew how to do two. Like, rare in those times could you find an animator or a production company that could do both and good in 3D and 2D. And these are one of the guys that can do both at the same time. Like, look at this stuff. Look at these characters.
Once upon a time, there was a nice house that lived with a family.
They were just doing commercial work.
The house loved the family because they took good care of her and did nice things to make her trim. And the house took care of the family too. One day, it started to rain and rain. The house wanted to protect the family, but the water got inside.
Really
and
good,
ruined
right?
everybody's
This still holds
everything.
up. Look how long ago this was. 11 years ago. They were doing this shit back when, like, we were struggling to make something look good in 3D. Like, we didn't have a fucking clue what to do to, like, render out something to make it look like this. You know what I mean? Their characters were insane. Look at this. Look, this is their 2D. I Am Monster. I remember this. Watch this. Look at these characters. Family dog.
Come on, Bogus. Get Dad. It's time to go.
She got a bakery.
Sam.
Yo, chat.
The closet
Stop
light isn't
drooling.
working again. Sam? Oh, always the same.
Yeah,
Don't
they can
look
2D
for
animate like
control.
nobody's business.
Right.
It's still rough. Like, there's no cleanup involved, but it works. Look at this character,
You dummy. Sam, there's so much to do.
bro.
Done now. See,
Bro.
darling, everything under control.
Sam, get your stuff ready.
What the
It's
fuck
getting
is this
late.
character? And why does he look so appealing? You know?
I heard you.
Hey, who's my favorite little monster?
Ow! You're scratching me. Dad, your hair's in my cereal.
Oh, it's
He
nothing.
looks like a
You
Muppet.
should see the shower.
Yeah, you drama queens.
Did you get the portable TV?
Yep,
Bug spray?
yep.
Your flea collar?
This is when everything was going digital, you know? I still see there's a bunch of hand-drawn 2D in here. And this stuff was just had like, they were trying to use coloring over it digitally through here.
Yeah.
Lots
This
of
stuff is
inhaler?
all fucking handcrafted.
It's in my
But bro,
bag.
look how
bag.
appealing they all
What
look. Look how different they look.
About the car.
Check.
But they feel like they work. They all
Darling,
work in the same
Got
universe.
everything under control.
Sam, don't you dare say it. I know you far too.
What? I'm hungry.
Dude, look at this. This was like. This eventually went on. These guys eventually went on to pitch this stuff for Illumination. Okay, fun fact. And that's why you got Minions. Are you guys kind of seeing the similarities to this?
Aha! We're ready to rock and roll. Huh? Hey, who's the brat?
I think
Looks like
that's
he's
not a
driving with his
special
feet.
Mom!
Special little boyfriend? My baby's boyfriend? Bogus, sick 'em!
Family Dog by Brad Bird. Yeah, I still got that on my
Good
hard drive
dog.
somewhere.
Dad, you're a monster!
Sam,
What? She's too young to have a boyfriend. Besides, that kid is a weirdo.
oh boy, look who's talking.
All right, that's enough. Put your seatbelts on, because we're getting out of here. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy... Huh?
I can't believe it.
But everything
No,
was under
Sam,
control.
don't even say it.
I'm sorry, I wasn't even paying attention to the story. I have no clue what these characters are talking about. I don't even know like what I'm supposed to be feeling. I'm just amazed at how well done, constructed, and put together all this stuff is. It's like I can watch a whole movie with these characters in it.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Look how linky he
If you're
is.
happy and you know it.
Talk about trying to keep that character on model and not making his shit pop. How the fuck do you even do that? I have no clue. Yeah, Headless. I seriously need to follow up on what happened to these guys because they came in. They came into Real Effects as I was coming out of Real Effects, and they were pitching an idea because right around Real Effects was dropping Freebirds and Book of Life. They were shopping for other directors because they kept wanting to make new features, and they were on the list. I remember they had a pitch that was so hilarious. I was like, I don't care where I'm at, what I'm doing. I want to work for these dudes. But then nothing ever came out of it. I remember they showed. I'm gonna have to follow up on it. I remember they showed a see if Katsuka's got anything on it. They showed a buddy of mine, Robert Lazzarini. He's at Blizzard now. I worked with him at Real Effects and Blizzard. He did a test for them. I should have filmed it, but we were at CTN one time and they showed a test of what he did, and like the characters look just like how they looked here. Odd, bizarre, weird. Yeah, just like crazy shit like this. Like look like fucking Muppets, and you can just throw them in 3D. Troll Hunters? Was this a TV show? Or a pitch? How am I not on top of this? Headless is an independent animation studio based in Barcelona. These are three guys: Victor, Milena, Alfredo, and Adrian. That's cool. These guys are absolute mad scientists. I love it. I love the 3D animation here. We're just going down a bench. Let's take 5. I love doing this with you guys. It's getting a little late, but I want to at least get to Stefan. Remember, Stefan had dropped something. I'm gonna take a look at it really quick. Yeah, this has all been fun. I'm gonna do the still kind of, even though we're enjoying this craft, which I love. This is still the Sunday service. Cool. Let me jump on this really quick. Yeah, all great stuff, guys. Man, wow, what a trip down memory road. I still have to look into finding that one short that I was talking about, that time travel one. It's just so hard because I used to go to Anim Bomb all the time, but I never really documented which studio made what. Like just right now, I was like, I just took a stupid lucky guess and I remember their name, Headless. Yeah, this has all been fun. Yeah, I can't stay on too late tonight. I gotta get a head start for tomorrow. I got a busy week. This shot. Okay, cool. I can't access this, Stefan. Let's see. Just go up to the share link, go to share settings and go to external collaborators. And then post that link and you should be good to go. Game animation in Turkey. This is one of the free event. My goal is to show planning and polish about game animation. I prepared those boxes for Blocking Pass. Looking into it, mentioned blessing and feedback on it. Yeah, cool. This is a cool character. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just let me know that's up. Yeah, I've been I was gonna kind of animate some stuff tonight, but yeah, I know I wasn't expecting to do so much, but that's what the Sunday service is all about. I'm prototyping like my own little, whoops. Did the stream stop? Okay, my stream didn't stop. It's just my, okay, thank God. Thank God, I don't need my computer crapping out on me. Yeah, I was just doing some attacks. I'm prototyping like a little game test animations. I'm just doing like a couple of attacks and stuff. So I was hoping to do one on stream tonight, but I'm probably not gonna have time. I gotta get a heads up tomorrow, or a head start tomorrow, really. Yow, 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 yow. Maybe I could do something. Oh yeah, rest in peace, Chuck Norris. Man, we lost a legend. R.I.P. Walker. Let me see. Yeah, get back on that jam train. Yeah, the lone wolf. I wonder what, I think his last movie was Expendables 2, huh? Actually, let me jump on this, a bunch of things that I'm working on right now. Yeah, I realized that this rig has a nasty reverse that doesn't show the IK FK switch on IKs, but on FKs, but it does on IK, which is kind of pretty bad. Pretty bad design on their part. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Share the link again through email. You should be able to refresh it. No. Okay, here we go. Yeah. All right. Stefan got it up. All right, maybe we'll do it for another time. Let me get rid of some of this shit. I was doing like some of my feedback earlier. I don't know this YouTuber or this social media guy, guys, but this guy is really fucking funny. He feels like me every time I see a stupid piece of content for clicks. Like he's he's like, what you see on the internet, but what you don't see are the people that are filming this. This is what they look like. Love it. How's Rogue coming along? I'm still early on her super. Not much. Like I dropped her animation. It's doing good online. I just I'm just working on the super right now, but just early stages. Were you here when I did the 2D animation Mystic? When I plotted out her super? No. Yeah, I'll show you guys after this. Let's take a look at Stefan's animation here. Is this blocking? Stefan, we're looking at blocking characters, literally. They look great. 10 out of 10. No notes. Ship it. Got some sound in here too. All right, let's take a look at it without sound real quick. You love that guy? Yeah, me too. He's great. Yeah, you got yourself a little IGC here. Yeah, AJ, thank you for the plug. Stefan, we got for those of you who don't know, we got Stefan in the chat. He's a fantastic animator, fantastic teacher too. Check out his courses. He talks a lot about the overrig, something that I have not tried yet, but I want to. It's a good subset of controls to help your animation workflow for his courses. Animate like a badass, which he is. So definitely check it out. And give him a sub, give him a follow. Yeah, man, cool. I think staging wise, it's feeling pretty good. I think some of the movements I feel like can be refined, just like not the animation, but just the camera movements. So like this part right here, I think like there's a lot of space up at the top. I feel like we were like really low. And this guy is supposed to be the big guy. I feel like he's the boss. So this is just like me kind of reading it the first time. Right now, I think like overall, this goes from like gaming to in-game cinematic. I think like in order to make this guy feel really big, right now he just kind of feels kind of mid-sized. maybe you could just like put the camera down and tilt it up a little bit just to make him feel a little bit more bigger. But I think for this motion here too, you really want kind of like more separation between these two. And I think if he was more, if like this guy was more kind of like up here, you know, with his arm out, and then had like I'm just going to draw something really quick, like the blade out kind of like out here. And then your hero guy was more kind of like, you know, down here. You know, just to give him kind of like more of a big presence that can start out to be really good. So just the framing part, I think could help. And then this transition, this is really cool. But again, it's like, I think like just lower the camera. So that way, when he does that swipe, not only can he go through the frame through this way, but you won't have to dip the camera down. You know, you can add a little shake and then move it up because you bring the camera back up through here. It's a really good, it's kind of like one of the guys that I work with at NRS, Justin, he's a really good camera guy. He's a director too. He talks about the transfer of power, which is really interesting. So it's like you make one guy kind of like your antagonist, you know, like the one guy that's their menace, right? He's the big guy. And then your hero, who's the little guy, and all of a sudden he seems threatening. And then when you make a camera move, all of a sudden you're transferring energy. Like right now, he's low. Right now, they're kind of the same in frame. So maybe you might want to just like duck them down just a little bit lower, you know, like, you know, like, well, how the fuck did you get, you know, the upper hand on me, you know, and like your guy's a little bit higher in frame too. So it's just something that kind of exchanges force to like who's in charge, you know, through here. And then this part through here, I think is cool. The only thing that I would kind of add is just a little bit more anticipation because his attack feels a little quick. I think like maybe like through here, if he just pushed it out just a little bit more, you know, like really kind of held on that frame. Like, you know, I can't draw blocks for shit. You know, but if he held it a little bit longer through here, just like more of an anticipation. Because right now he kind of ducks at the exact same time that he's swinging. Just so you could read it. It shows him like exerting a little bit more energy, a little bit more stronger. And just to kind of give you a sense of one guy moves, the other guy responds instead of at the same time. I like how quick you're moving the camera though. Like this ease in is feeling really good. The only thing that I would try to do is maybe add a little bit more movement through here on the camera and kind of like how he's responding. Because right now, I think like one thing that might help, there's so much space over here. You can probably move him more over in this side, like after he swung, I think that's a word. You know, so he's more kind of like over here. And then you're really getting the sense of like, this is where his weapon's at. Try not to make it too linear towards camera. Right now it looks like a spear. I would try to see if like you could put a little bit more 3/4 on it to show the axe is totally not in his fucking hand. Ah! Something kind of like that. The poses broke as hell, but just something that fills up this screen. And I think for your little guy too, you can make him a little bit more further towards the corner of the screen, looking over. Because the big thing is just like there's time to register that he missed him, but also it's like when he's pushing him through here. Like right now, I want to get that force because right now he's just kind of touching and moving into him. It would be nice to see, like, say, like if he was over here, he was like, oh crap, I missed. And then you just darted into this movement with his arm. So you're pushing that force. And he's still got like all this screen time. So he's going. Probably makes contact here. And then crunches into him. Boom, boom, moves in. You know, just a little bit more lead into that. So it just feels a little bit more impactful, you know. And then here, the only thing I would suggest is just because you have a nice, good framing opportunity. When the camera comes in, once they make impact, stop the camera. Like the camera goes in, but pull the camera back. So it's almost like, you know, like as he's hitting, the camera hits and pulls back a little bit. So that way you feel the impact. Hits and pulls back so you can frame this. You know, you keep the axe somewhere like in frame, somewhere in there. But because we're so tight, like we're so tight on this and we kind of lose where his arm is going, you can pull back. You can see the arm reach back. And then when he hits, then you could push the camera back in. So it's like, as he's coming in, you're pushing the camera in. As he hits the wall, you're pulling it back. And then when he punches him, then you could squeeze it in again, you know? Boom. And then add a little camera shake for these hits. Boom, boom. I think the camera kind of dies through here. I love the movement that you got. I like the kind of like the move, like the stable movement that you got throughout these actions. It feels like we're in the battle with them, which is really cool. But the camera kind of freezes right here. It stops and then it carries on. So I would just say, just give it a little bit of life. It doesn't need to move drastically, but just have a little bit of like keep alive on the camera, you know? Yeah, because you got such great energy through this. Like the moment you freeze the camera, we all notice. You know, it just stops and starts back again. So that kind of takes you out of the moment. Because you've got like a very like you got a very like what do they call that? Like just motion camera, you know, like where it's just in action. But it's a good opportunity like for each thing to like fill in. And I think yeah, I think just framing it feels a little better. I think like for here, just depending on how the headbutt goes, because I like how massive you're making them feel, but just watch how, try not to lose your character, try not to lose your main character throughout this movement through here. Maybe what you can do is do like an over the shoulder, maybe take the camera, just move it over your shoulder a little bit, just to kind of show that pull out, just ever so subtly. You don't want to go in and out all the time. But just to make sure that like we're feeling that pullback, you got a little bit of it in there, which feels good. Like this part where you're turning the camera with him moving back is feeling good. I just don't want him to, I don't want to lose the character, you know? Yeah. And then pull him back. Like as the camera comes out through here, pull him back a little bit. Like make him step, like make him move or step back a little bit. Like, what now, bitch? I just fucked you up. Now what? Now what? Because it makes him feel, it makes the yellow guy feel far inferior now, you know? So now the transfer of power is he's the dominant one, right? And then you get a clear shot because his blue arm's covering everything that we just got. Almost look like his head's resting on his shoulder a little bit. You know, we just want a clear cut of both of these characters. Yeah, man. No, this is a fun little demo for your students. I think it'll be really cool. Yeah, I think the spacing's working fine. It's just how we're animating it in the camera. You know what I mean? I think your spacing's working fine in 3D. You know, it's just like when you introduce this camera, like, you know, moving, it's like now we gotta use the framing that we're giving now and then push a little bit more. We're currently kind of doing that stuff with at work right now. It's like once you introduce a camera, everything that's fucking polished needs to be redone in a couple of areas. You know this, Stefan. So all good. Yeah, no problem. Fun stuff. Let me know how it goes. I want to take your class. Can I be a student in your class? And start plugging my Twitch account. Be like, check out bradfordshow.com. Oh, all goody. Cool, guys. Yeah, thank you, Stefan. Thank you, everybody, for joining tonight. You give you credit. Nah, it's all right. You know, you could take it. I give you the credit. Come visit us in Turkey. Yep. Yeah, as soon as I get my daughter's passport secured, I'll be able to go anywhere I want. Bringing the changes next Sunday. Yeah. No, all good. Yeah, I'm not giving you guys assignment. This is just my, Sunday service. I don't do it every Sunday. I try to because I'm busy, and Sunday usually my free day. But yeah, this week was just a motherfucker. It was crunch week, so I had to give a lot, and I'm gonna follow up and give more this week too. So, and I might be teaching this term too as well. So I'm gonna be a shit ton of busy while I got like this other project I'm trying to finish too. So the fun never stops on Brad for Show's channel. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I have no doubt you'll kill it. Just shatter all those students' dreams. Be sure to throw in like why you're never gonna make it, and only the strong survive, and if you want a job in this industry, you need to work for me. I only pay in Oreos and gummy bears. So I hope you guys like junk food, because you ain't getting in until I give you a stamp of approval. I love to like frighten people. I love to make it difficult, especially for those newbies. All I'm saying is be sure to whip those newbies into shape, man. You can't have weaklings in this industry, man. Only the strong survive. You start breaking some legs, break them and rebuild them from the ground up. We don't need weak animators, man. Sick of that. Sick of all that. Sick of all people. Sick of everybody like giving awards for people who show up. There's no handouts in this industry. Turn them into punishers. Yeah, thanks AJ. Thanks AJ for all the plugs and stuff. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to cut it. I'm gonna have to cut it early. Sorry, I didn't get to animating, but here's just a little demo. I'm kind of doing some attacks right now. This is like prototype land for some secret thing that I'm working on. I'm not really ready to announce it yet, but this is just like I'm like blocking an attack. It's like a landing ground pound, some gameplay shit. But where's Mystic? Is Mystic still here? You wanted to see the progress on Rogue? This is where I'm at on Rogue right now. Thank you for streaming. Yeah, thank you for showing up, AJ. Yeah, this is where we're at on Rogue right now. So she's got her combo. I'm gonna address all that stuff, and then she cuts into her super, kisses the camera, knocks him the fuck out. So that's kind of the block out for what I want to do with this 3D animation. I just haven't 3D animated it yet. But yeah, this is just the rough shit. Yeah, KO. Yeah. I want to just, I figure I could just launch this into a game because, people just don't give a shit about cinematics nowadays. They just care it's good enough. So it's like, all right, here's a fucking work in progress game. That's what I'm calling it, work in progress fighter. And then just listen to everybody collectively groan. But yeah, this one should be fun. I'm just, I want to fix a couple of timing things with this attack. I want to redo some of these effects now that I have a better grasp on some of the elements of Grease Pencil. And yeah, this one's gonna be fun. I want to really study some rendering because dude, after that Black Cat trailer, bro. After that Black Cat Marvels trailer, we gotta step up our game, man. We're gonna be bringing the goods. I'm just trying to figure out, and since everybody's here, before I bail out, I'm gonna put a voting poll up. I gotta figure out who our lucky victim is gonna be. Who can I punch like this that's gonna piss off the internet? I was hoping it'd be Jeff the Shark, but you know, he's not gonna look good in this. Who, like, I want to have a story about it. I want to have like a Marvel vs. Capcom vibe to this, but I need to find a good rig. I'm worried if I just have like 2 waifus in it, like people are gonna be like, why didn't you just beat up Gambit? Like, I want to have something with like, I want to have something that's like, oh, I can't wait to see this guy or girl get punched like that. Doing great with the animation. Deadpool always works well. Deadpool might be cool. Yeah, just have like the giant. Just have like the giant, the eyes. That's like. That's like, what's this? Damn, why is my pen coming in like that? We could have like the giant Spider-Man eyes. But when he gets hit, I mean, wouldn't he enjoy that? Wouldn't he be like, get hit and just be like be happy about it? I don't know. I don't know. It's almost, he's like, suck it to me, baby. Like straight up golden boy reaction. Have you guys ever seen an anime called Golden Boy? It's probably the best animation, and probably I'm sorry, probably the best anime that has ever been created. I can't show it on stream because it's very lewd, but it is funny as fuck. That's how I imagine Deadpool would react to getting punched by Rogue. He'd actually enjoy it. But yeah, anyway, yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan for that super. Hopefully, if I get time this week, which I doubt, I'll try to stream it. I would like to stream the process of like figuring out the super, but I just need a victim. I need to get the victim in first before than anything, so we'll see. Anyway, all right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta get a head start. But yeah, thank you all for joining me tonight. It was a fun Sunday service. Yeah, keep up the great work, and hopefully I'll see you this week. Thank you for the follows. Thank you guys for always hanging out. It's always fun. Relax and have a nice, yeah, you too. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the other side. All right, peace out. Have a good night. Stay busy on Discord. I'll try to stay busy on Discord this week too, and all that jazz. So, all right, peace out, everybody. God bless. I'll see you later.